best lessons. Expressive music with a message. Shafiq speaks, do not try guess it. You shouldn't block the path of the progressive. Cause I survived the middle passage. Still alive, still I rise from the ashes. Still I thrive despite their attacks. Despite the conditions, I'm still armed with the facts. Still calm and relaxed. Still blaze up the rhythm. Still blaze up the tracks. Knowledge increase as we raise up the stacks. Welcome a new age. The creators are back. Don't question what we do. Don't question what we do. Don't question what we do. With the original Hebrews. Original Hebrews. Bloodlines awaken. Ancestors speak through drum sound vibrations. Healing a nation. Keeping me patient. Keeping me actively seeking salvation. Rise from your station. Rise with creation. Rise from the dirt. Better die situation. Greatness awaits. Let's take reparations. Take what is ours. Don't debate with no Satan. Don't question what we do. Don't question what we do. Don't question what we do. We're the original Hebrews. Original
about this place.
to show. You know, the more you can see, it's really less you can hear. I decided in the studio, I take it all away. I'm not gonna have a computer screen. I don't want to see no earphones. I don't want to see anything. I just want to deal with sound.
Sometimes I think he's pretty much a ghost.
Are you being ridiculous? Who do you think you're talking to? No, you're actually young. It must be tough not knowing what you're talking about and who you're talking to. last. Only a fool looks back to last year or the year before. Punk became like fascist.
To see my mind be free. Gotta decide between my guys and me. I got the right to breathe, come say goodbye to me. I hit him right between the iris with the irony. Underground, right beneath the rubbles where you're finding me. Minority, some would say I've stumbled in society. Head down, others say I'm humbled with advisories. Next round, lightning, hail and thunder cause anxiety. Get it all off my chest. Give us all a breast. Give us all a breast. Someone call the feds. Get it all off my chest. Give us all a breast. Give us all a breast. Someone call the feds. Get it all off my chest. Give us all a breast. Give us all a breast. Someone call the feds. Get it all off my chest. Give us all a breast. Give us all a breast. Someone call the feds. Watch how we stepping in. Settle down, little child. I'll sell you some amphetamine. Look back, but my guys snap the weapon in. Grey clouds are all I see as I try to settle in. Filling it up as I'm letting it go. Spilling my cup as I'm sending them home. I'm all out of luck as I sit on my throne. King of the shit, so don't ring on my phone.
dreadlock, dreadlock. Policeman and soldier fi stop pressure at the dreadlock, dreadlock. Policeman and soldier fi stop pressure at the dreadlock, dreadlock. Policeman and soldier fi stop pressure at the dreadlock. Well, Mr. Brown, where you depend? I know exactly my ear rights. I'm not trying to take you for fool. It's 9 o'clock in the night. Me just a walk, me no look for no trouble in New York City. But of course, there is some problem cause I'm a naughty. Policeman and soldier fi stop pressure at the dreadlock, dreadlock. Policeman and soldier fi stop pressure at the dreadlock, dreadlock. Policeman and soldier fi stop pressure at the dreadlock, dreadlock. Policeman and soldier fi stop pressure at the dreadlock. Mr. Brown, where you depend? I'm just smoking a split. But by the look in your eyes, I know things not go sweet. So 5 more Babylon come now, treating me like a terrorist. But Mr. Brown, you should know long time, sir. Rastaman a herbalist. Passport and the cancer. No, you don't need no answer. ID, passport and the cancer. No, you don't. As Rastafari no like no CIA. Cause Rastafari burn down the air. Love and joy we are praying.
Big mood, let's fly down west for food. I was doing uptown trips with my boo when I she got a tug doing rhythm and blues. Hotel drip, let me grip and shoot, come on old backdrops to my tune. I was swinging my jagged edge of the up, same day I came back to you.
Hey homegirl, if I tell you a secret, promise you'll keep it between me and you. I wanna hear your opinion, tell me if I'm right or wrong, all I need is the truth. Didn't think it would get this deep, I can't go to sleep without speaking to you. You found out I was cheating, that was a mistake, baby, believe me, it's true. Living with paranoia is hard, I gotta watch cars with tints especially. Ain't even trying to get drawn out, I don't wanna get them more streets, no energy. Even more so when you're with me, I don't wanna put your well-being in jeopardy. Well, you understand where I come from, nothing positive, just hate and jealousy. Ever knew what I done last night, you probably feel sick and think man's evil. I know it's a catch-22, when we first met I said it was legal. Okay, let me be honest, I'm fresh on my tag off a recall. How many times me and them and
Protest don't work, protest don't work.
5-star play, big mood, let's fly down west for food. I was doing uptown trips with my boo when she got a tug doing rhythm and blues. Hotel drip, let me grip and shoot, come on old backdrops to my tune. I was swinging my jagged edge of the up, same day I came back to you. Pretty brown thing played hard in the bush, don't open my heart, but I should. My shawty classy mixed with the hood, and it's P.O.E. when she tell me sword. I tried too hard, but I misunderstood. Young boy putting Kanye West on a bull. If you gave me a day to rewind, then I would have touched you like that, honey.
Who's ready to have some fun?
like that.
Come correct.
yes, sir. Oh, my yes, sir. Fling your ears over, yes, sir. Mighty crowd.
He wants to play, so I sip his drink as I hold his gaze. Long we erupt into the room and hear the stuff go through. I'm feeling easy to resume. This fight here, I swear, will end too soon. So I sink into the truth as I inhale the food. Feeling easy to resume. This one here, I swear will end soon. Abandonnez tous vos sens, 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 tous vos sens. Sacré plaisir.
Actually can do. Do you want to know what I hate more than anything else in this world? They're no better than cattle. Your side of you has always made me so damn angry. Now I finally know why. I just couldn't stand to look at a slave with no mind of her own, who always followed orders without question. Believe me when I say this, niggas. I hated you, Harry.
firing lamp. I start calling it out.
they can't comprehend. I even come close to understanding him. I guess if I was born, they would love me more. Guess if I was simple in the mind, everything would be fine. Maybe if I was a jerk to girls, instead of being nice and speaking kind words, then maybe it would be okay to say then I wasn't a good guy to begin with. But my mind is all crazy, 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 crazy. They got me thinking I ain't human, like I came here from above. Feeling like an airplane in the sky, but then they say I'm crazy, 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 crazy. They got me thinking I ain't human, like I came here from above. Feeling like a bird sitting high. I'll be that man on the moon. I'm that man on the moon, and I'ma do what I do. So do you, hey, hey. I'll be posted with my blood and a room. I'm that man on the moon. I'm up on the moon. Close my eyes, high in the dark. It's a curtain call. Come on. All I do is try to make it simple. The ones that make it complicated never get congratulated. I'm something different, all aspects. Don't want a woman just to love her assets. I still wipe her up, even with her flat chest. The type that get hurt, but that's the past tense. My mind is on crazy. I be thinking that I'm wrong, 'cause they used to call me lame. My swag was a little different, but then my mind is hazy. I be thinking that I'm wrong, but they don't worship blame. I got the last laugh.
Are we holding on?
can be your future. It's looking bright. Just blend with my light. Forget that girl. Fuck all those lies. I can be your future. It's looking bright. Just blend with my light. I forget him. They ain't got eyes. She only cause you pain. She was the one to blame. She tried to tarnish your name, and we both know she would do it again. He's not the one for me. He knew I had to flee. He knew I had to free myself, and we know deep down we are meant to play.
it scorch you. Fuck up any rhythm if you want to. Yeah, dopey up the sitting till it haunt you. Ride on the wave of good fortune. Anti the bad vibes virus like nothing. Then a youth a moving booby dolly party. If I move the thing, well I truly something Spartan. From me jazz, no me shock you. Living like a king up in a castle. Nighttime killer Nosferatu. Postman delivering a parcel. To the silly billy message we a pass you. What the point of the message not go pass you. If you disrespect it, yeah, you know we a go blast you. Walk out, talk out. Don't know what we bubble when we march out. Dark house, where the Wraz now. Everything eclipse lights spark out. Walk out, talk out. Don't know what we bubble when we march out. Dark house, with the Wraz now.
Catch vibe and blaze heat.
Walk out, we come on the adventures we after. We seeking the thing very often. We deep in the thing, tell them caution. Hardcore thing and what we fling never soften. When the Wraz you attack where you starting. Thing a banana, the thing you're planting. Seeds of the goodness so we planting. Plant of the greenness, thing of what we sparking.
Chimpo, Visages, the double, triple, quadruple, extra larges. Find the thing you love and make it work. Don't find the thing that works and try and love it. Me, I ain't cutting no dubs that sound rubbish. I'm cooking up the puck and then I push it on the public. Are you crossing over? Are you going under? Have you got a price and do you know the number? Have you ever wondered if you should have took another path for your foot stood just looking a laugh? And have you asked? And have you asked? And have you asked? What's your pedigree? Are you setting about being what you're set to be? What's your motive? What's your mission? What's your vocation? What's your vision? What's your legacy? What's your pedigree? Are you setting about being what you're set to be? What's your motive? What's your mission? What's your vocation? What's your vision? Do you make it cause you like to make it? Or do you make it cause you're trying to make it? Would you rate it if your brethren played it? If somebody that you hated did it, would you slate it? I ain't saying that it's right or wrong. It's your business if you're writing checks or writing songs. You could be looking stacks every time that you cook another batch of your foot store that's looking a laugh. And have you asked, what's your legacy? What's your pedigree? Are you setting about being what you're set to be? What's your motive? What's your mission? What's your vocation? What's your vision? What's your legacy? What's your pedigree? Are you setting about being what you're set to be? What's your motive? What's your mission? What's your vocation? What's your vision?
Yeah, it's money on the rise. Wonder, Zambinger, particle. I need all my females to stand up. All my females to flex out. Know your power. Rude girl, better step up. Try lifting your head up. Stressed out, you fed up. Fuck that, better get up. Life ain't taking it easy. Street your love to the needy. Gotta do you, girl, believe me. Don't watch them two, just be free. Used to be down in the dumps too. I keep my mind and push through. Don't let them think they above you. You on fire, they can't touch you. Baby flex and just come true. Do you, they can't undo. Who knew you did come through? Kick them strong like bamboo. Smash them from every angle. Handle, strangle. Grip on Mandy's mantle. Grab broke, fragile. You'll be an example. Life can be a gamble. Sometimes they can't stand you. Just sit up and stand true. Girl, you gotta flex out. Girl, you gotta show them stuff. You ain't gotta stress now. You don't even know you're tough. Girl, you gotta flex out. Girl, you gotta show them stuff. You ain't gotta stress now. You don't even know you're tough. Girl, you gotta. Yo, you didn't know? Plant your seed and grow. Girl, you take control. Dice, you be on the road. Show them you can bring it to the table like a dinner bowl. Show them that you just bust the thing and you stay incredible. If you want it, you can get it. Manifest and have it all. Run them like a treadmill if you show love and they grab it all. You ain't even gonna smell the bullshit if you standing tall. Head above the stench. You ain't sitting on the bench. You a bad bitch, fuck shit, and it's evident. You forever relevant. Halo like you heaven sent. When they see you coming, you stunning. They wish they never went. And you don't ever need no
Crazy times, crazy love. Those crazy lives. Crazy times, crazy love. Those crazy lives.
These are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up. I heard an MC, I don't know who exactly. It wasn't SPMC, but it was somebody that I was listening to's live set.
Yeah.
And somebody was playing like some weird breakage stuff. Not like the person, but like breakage.
Right. Sure.
And then they got on the mic, these are the breaks. Break it up. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't know why. It just like really
worked well.
It zapped into my head pretty good. I was like, I'll never forget that. I'll probably say that at some point.
That's core like memory now. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I used to listen to old funk music because of some guys I used to work for were just like into like Parliament and the Funkadelics and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So hearing stuff like that, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Yeah. Nice. Thank you. Yeah,
sick.
Dude, thank you for having me. Like, that shit's so much fun. I hope I have like the XDJ, so like any chance I get to play on like proper CDJs, very grateful. Like, thank you for having me.
Dude, I mean, screw the difference between an XDJ and proper CDJs. You destroyed.
Thank you.
You killed.
Appreciate it.
It was really awesome.
Thank you, man.
Really smooth ride from I mean, you go into the transition into drum and bass and like you're like, of course you can hear the transition. I'm like, well, in my mind, I'm like, number one, I know you're gonna do it because we talked about it.
Yeah, sure.
And then number two, I'm like, when I hear that like sweet, smooth blend to transition, I'm always like really critical.
Sure.
Like, just myself personally.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, what is this going to sound like? Because everybody does it differently.
There was this one time I was like in a competition and I witnessed somebody like do it not well. And I feel like it kind of, it made me like hyper fixate on making sure that that I'm paying attention as closely as I can, like when I'm making those transitions for sure.
When it's not done well, does
not sound good.
No, it's
for sure.
It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, I was like, I heard it happening and I was like, because you had like that kind of ambient, like, I don't know if you had like a reverb on top of it. Can you kind of walk me through what you were doing a little bit?
Realistic. Oh, okay. Yeah. So the end of the one dubstep song, no drums or anything. I try and mix into different BPMs at that point, just because like the drum transients are going to create issues. So I then turned the wide mode on the one CDJ and like slowed it the fuck down into the ambience.
Yeah.
Then the reverb on the channel strip, maybe the space on the effects too. I don't remember. Just whatever felt right in the moment. But then just literally that Man on the Moon bootleg that I made, just the one hot cue is right on that ride cymbal that leads it off. And I feel like that's just, it works perfectly to kind of set that new like mood or whatever.
Big time did. Yeah, I love that. I mean, it sounded really clean. And with like either if you had like some reverb or some space on there, it was just like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like, it was good.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you.
Yeah, dog. I mean, okay, so I'm going to start off this because it's like, hasn't left my brain being fresh on. No.
Not that? Okay.
That also.
Sure.
But no, the thing that's really fresh in my brain that I couldn't stop thinking about was your mom, orchestra.
Yes.
What?
So
yeah, there was a lot of questions piled up, but that chunk, like, I mean, she did a bunch of different stuff, including
managing opera singers.
Yeah.
So she went to college to learn how to play cello professionally, specifically.
So there was orchestra in there.
Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned orchestra, but you happen to get that right.
Ridiculous that she does all these things.
She's a talented lady for sure.
Apparently.
Very talented lady. If you're watching, hi mom, how's it going? Probably not watching, but I don't know how long she was working as a touring cellist. I would guess like 10 years or so. And then I don't know when she made the switch to being an agent and manager for opera singers, but right around the time I was born, I think. So like her mid 30s ish. And she did that for pretty much almost my entire adult life.
Was that like a huge influences to your music, like love or?
Yeah, for sure. She forced me to learn how to play the violin when I was 5. Yeah. And so I feel like anytime you're introduced to an instrument that young, it's just going to naturally become a massive part of your life.
Totally.
And we were talking about this earlier. I wish that I like appreciated the fact that I could play an instrument more when I was younger.
Yeah.
Actually, last week I finally like opened my violin back up, tuned it, and I think I've practiced like 3 or 4 times over the past week. So I'm trying to get back into it.
That's awesome.
But yes, for sure. And going to operas when I was like a wee child, like you don't really appreciate it, but also just being surrounded by that complex music, like how could it not leave some sort of impression?
Absolutely. Do you ever watch the like video clips from, or like listen to any of the stuff that like Alicia Osca's
Alicia Kaya, I think is how you say her. I thought it was Kia for the longest time, and I heard her say Kaya on a story once, or maybe Kursa said it was Kaya, but yes, she is very, very talented.
Super sick.
Yeah, I think because she was, even before she made that one tune with Kursa, I think it's called Got Something to Say.
Yeah.
She was collabing with this artist in Bristol called Chalky, and like was all over his. She's been sick as fuck for a long time.
Yeah,
Big fan for sure.
She's been at it for like a really long time.
Yes.
I think, I mean, there is like a backstory between Oscar and her that I'm not going to say, just in case if someday they come and do BASSment jams and then they can tell it. But like they gave me a small piece of it once. I was like, don't tell me any more of this. This is too crazy.
Better for other people to find out. Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
But like, I could see you potentially maybe bringing violin into your productions at some point, maybe.
It technically kind of already is. The one tune where I was like, hey, this is the new one that I've been working on. The second drop that I didn't play starts off with me playing a little bit of the violin.
What? And you didn't play it?
No. Well, dude, it's I think that the bridge between the 2 drops is 32 bars, so it's just like an extra 44 seconds. And I don't know, I was very much in like must mix quickly mode.
Yeah. It was good. It was really good, quick mixing.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
there's also this bootleg I made of a Pretty Light song where I created a lead synth by plucking my violin and then processed the shit out of it, and you wouldn't be able to tell it's a plucked violin, or at least the people that I've told it was that were surprised to hear it.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
You think it's one of those things where like similar to like a DJ knows when a transition's coming, a violinist would be able to hear somehow? Or do you have that thing really?
It's pretty fucking processed.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Cranked.
I guess like maybe it's possible.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Hard to say.
Yeah, that's fair. And then we're gonna lead on from that, to that, and what you guys can't see, and maybe haven't been able to see ever, is I have a support beam that runs across this very shallow basement ceiling that is solid wood, and it holds up my entire house.
I smacked the shit out of my head on it earlier.
Yes, and Wolf Tier is now one of many who have been a victim to this beam, including legends like Antithesis, aka Jack Denny Ternion Sound.
Oh, sure.
Therma, who was on earlier, he actually put almost a hole in his head.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Buka's Finest is a tall person, right?
Yes.
Did he smack his head?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
sure.
Joe Nice has probably hit it harder than anybody I've seen ever.
That's on brand, I feel like.
Yeah. I don't know exactly. He was headed to the bathroom. We have a bathroom over here. And he was just like, not beelining it, but like
walking with intent.
Yeah.
Sure.
Walking with the Joe Nice quickness.
I've seen it.
And fucking nailed it.
Oh boy.
And then all of a sudden I turn around and he's just laying on the floor. And I was like,
on the floor?
Yeah, he was just like, oh.
So I did not hit my head very hard.
No,
then.
yeah.
Okay, sure.
I've also hit that thing borderline. I didn't like hit the floor maybe quite as hard as Joe did, but I ended up on my hands and knees.
Okay,
but just like
at that. I can believe it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say earlier, I didn't know it was a support beam until you just said that, because you could like, if it wasn't, you could just kind of like cut a thing there, but you probably shouldn't. If it's a support beam,
in my dreams, that does not exist, and life is so much better.
I can believe that.
But I think something like quoted around $15,000 later, I'd rather just move.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
house.
for sure. And obviously, I think this basement's been like remodeled and changed quite a few times at this point, right?
So yeah, a lot of repainting and moving things around. The cabinets here and all of this stuff was designed, and I got to help build, but my cousin Andy is an architect, and
cool.
So he designed all this stuff down here to fit, so we could build that office space for my wife, who works from home most of the time.
Cool.
And then there's been a lot of repainting, but this whole basement was actually finished when we moved in.
Oh, cool.
And so
Nice.
yeah, it was sweet. There's things that we plan on continuing to do to upgrade things, like like the little cubby hole there, and
sure.
We're gonna put in a fireplace, but
Ooh.
all of that aside, we are getting off topic. I want to know.
Sorry.
Oh, don't you apologize. I love a good tangent. I want to know about your head hitting that, and then you said you should ask me why they called me Wolfed, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Now I want to know.
So I called myself Wolf because I'm a very clumsy person, right?
Okay.
When I was younger, literally my uncle one time had us fucking chopping wood for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, my favorite thing to do.
I've seen videos of that.
I love doing it.
I didn't know how to do it at the time, so I brought the handle down and I like smacked the handle on the wood as opposed to the metal immediately.
Your fingers just go numb.
I don't remember that as much as the axe immediately breaking and my uncle being very pissed off at me. And that's just one small example of the various clumsy things that I did. So when I was thinking about what I wanted my moniker to be, my last name is Wolf, if you don't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. I'm a clumsy person. Oh, it's funny. He wolfed it. Like it's like an adjective or a verb off of my name.
You've been verbed.
And it was only a year or two after where it's like more intentional. Like this is a true intention of my essence. It's like, it means a lot more than it did, but it's just, it came from my clumsiness initially.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think I've done that in the past with a few people that I've known in life, where I've just been like, all right, your essence is now your last name, or like a derivative of your name. It's like, you're a verb now.
Oh, it's just kind of part of growing up as a guy, I feel like, right? You're just naturally kind of called part of your last name.
Yes, that is actually, well, for me, that does fit true. Hey, Jack, does that fit true to you? Was your last name ever somehow like just turned into a piece of your name? Were you ever just like Denny? Yeah. Jack John. Yeah, Jack John. Real name John. Jack. It's too late. You did it, dude. You did it. We're live. Don't. That was really funny. Yeah, Denny. Well, yeah.
That's
I'd never not think that when I think. There was I love the tangents.
Tangents are good.
Yeah, there was one time when we were on a road trip, and on this long chunk of road trip we're going, and he just goes, "You want to find like a Denny's?" And I was like, "Why would we do that?" He's like, "I just love Denny's." And I was like, "Son of a bitch, you fucking would." Nice. It was really funny. And then I don't know if that was the one where I ended up embarrassing you and Eric by just being overly loud. That was a different time. Oh no, that's right. That was at like a Perkins. Same trip. Yeah.
I feel like I've been to Perkins before, but it's been like at least 10 or 15 years.
Oh man. Yeah. If you haven't, we can just keep going. Andrew, your guy.
My guy.
That's his like favorite place in the whole world.
That's never come up. I didn't know that.
Well, if he doesn't watch this, and if he's not watching now, then we're even in a better place. If you ever see him in the very near future, should just be like, hey, I love Perkins. We should go to Perkins, and just watch what his face does. Okay. He'll just be like,
sure.
It's like we should.
Wow,
go to
I
Perkins.
feel like I've seen that exact face before. That's so funny.
Yeah. So you grew up a little bit clumsied.
Little bit is for sure putting it mildly. Yeah. Clumsy as fuck.
A lot of clumsiness.
Yes.
And then, I mean, you went from young clumsy wolfing it to another thing that we talked about that kind of blew my mind when we were first talking about getting you on the show. And that I didn't know that I also wanted to bring up and talk a little bit more about was your role in theater.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that in some sense has also rubbed off on your music life. I mean, just maybe even the form of like it being an art.
Yeah.
Like the art of performing.
Yeah, I learned how to flow through acting for sure. I think that's why if you're watching this and you know my music, you know that I collaborate a lot. And I think that part of that is because when I was learning how to flow, I was a theater actor, not like a film actor. Right. And you bounce flow energy off of people to kind of create something. And that's how I learned how to be creative. And that's where I draw most of my inspiration from, for sure. I will say that performing on stage and performing as a DJ, night and day, like could not be more different.
Yeah.
Because in theater, you're performing to like that proverbial fourth wall. Like in theory, there's nobody looking at me. I have to pretend. In DJing, it's the fucking opposite. Like everybody is staring at me.
Right. Yeah.
So
yes,
I still get such performance anxiety when I perform. And it can be hard to like look up sometimes and like look at people. Cause like, it's just so, I'm in like my most raw like form when I'm in that creative flow. Sometimes it can feel like embarrassing to have somebody looking at me while I'm in that state, if that makes sense. So
like a vulnerability.
Yeah. I'm still getting used to that for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it is a weird thing when all of a sudden you're like, oh man, this is making me feel all these feelings, and then you look up and you got
everybody's fucking staring at you. Yeah, for sure. And you lock eyes with somebody. Like, it's helpful. Like, I'm sure I've seen you two flipping each other off like when you're playing before. If I can see like one of my friends when something's happening and they're flipping me off, that for sure makes me feel a whole lot better.
Yeah.
It's like the cities where I don't know anybody, or the towns I'm going, I don't know anybody in the crowd, where I get a little nervous for sure. Extra nervous.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, there are plenty of times where I'll be playing and someone like Jack, or it's usually someone like Jack, when I fucking train wreck, not only do I know, but he makes sure that he knows that I know that he knows.
Oh boy.
And he'll just look at me and go, choo choo, and I'm like, oh, and he's like, you fucked up, and I'm like, all right, good.
The choo choo move, I'm gonna have to remember that one. That's good,
dude.
Like
it's happened more than once where I've turned around and I've looked at Jack leaning up on like some sort of fence like this, and he's just going, and I'm like, oh, cool, that's a real confidence booster. It's pretty fun. I mean, luckily, the longer you do it, and the more you, and Jack and I have talked a lot about the Minneapolis scene over the last, we've talked about it a bunch over the last decades, but even recently we've talked about it more on how we had a scene growing up where there was a bit of competition, and it wasn't like a negative thing. It was just like people wanted to like shell out and show off a little, and we all wanted to see each other shell off and show off, like, shell out and show off, and it was just something that got everybody to want to like up their game.
So I'm not sure if you've ever seen people talking about not wanting any competitiveness in the music industry and all these things.
Yeah, I've seen it plenty. It's interesting.
Respect to anybody that thinks that. That's the dumbest fucking thing that I've ever heard, in my opinion. Cheers. Yep.
Please.
Competitiveness, like you say, it literally, like if somebody sends me a song that's really, really good, like, oh shit, this is insane, I need to write something that is as good as this, and like that fuels me to be better. It's not like, it doesn't come from a place of hate. It comes from like, my friend made something that's absolutely insane, I need to attempt to get as good as that.
Yeah
I think competitive. I think that competitiveness is really important for
Phantom burping in the background. Competitiveness is super important. It is. I mean, it's how like almost all businesses grow. It's how like how most people grow.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's not in a place of like malice. It's not in like any type of like negative.
And I think that that's where people get confused because you automatically you'll see like in sports people being competitive and they'll like maybe a fight will start or they'll get super in their faces. That's not all competitiveness needs to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just an overly inflated ego usually, right? That's not like competitive that made them that way. It was a sense of being like better than because that's in their DNA or something. They're like, I'm just better than you. I'm like, it's because I'm me. It's like, no, you might be better because you practice.
Right.
But like anybody else can practice too.
Yeah, exactly.
How much do you want to put in? Yeah. And so I'm going to do small pivot backwards. Cool. Can you tell us about like the scene that you grew up in and like how long have you been DJing?
Sure.
And I remember you were saying that you started DJing before you started producing.
Oh yeah.
And when would you say you started DJing, and then when did you start actually playing out, and where?
Yeah. So my freshman year of college, when I was 14 years ago, my buddy had a tractor and it was playing some like Six songs and other stuff too, and like that's just the one. It's funny that we're talking about that. The one thing I associate my intro to DJing because he played this one song by Datsik, and like that's just when he like showed me how to do stuff, and so that was 14 years ago. And I've been like not consistently DJing since then, but pretty much for 14 years, and I've been producing for about 6 years now.
Okay. Cool.
When I was in high school, I went to high school in England. I'm not sure if I mentioned that to you before.
You've been all over the place.
Yeah, for sure. As part of the GCSE that I took, which is like kind of like the SATs for when you're 16 years old.
Okay.
The music GCSE that I took, I had to compose 2 classical pieces. So technically I wrote music way back in the day on this really shitty DAW called Sibelius, which was like sheet music, and like the instruments were like violins and like bassoons and just sounded like absolute fucking garbage,
like garage band sounding.
Worse. Way worse. It's so bad. So fucking bad. But so technically I wrote music literally half my life ago. That's crazy. And then
that is insane.
6 years ago I had a moment at Infrasound where it was like I've been thinking about wanting to be a DJ like actually and producer actually, and it was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna on this date, September 1st, I'm going to download Ableton. I'm gonna start taking it seriously.
At Infrasound, that was a thought.
Yeah, at the first year that we were at Harmony Park.
Crazy.
We were like camped next to this like this machine or something, and it started like sounding interesting, and I like in my mind like turned it into something, and that for some reason inspired me wanting to do production, and I guess here we are now.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
When was the first year at Harmony Park?
2019.
It was 2019. Well, I was just talking about that with somebody the other day, and they're like, because we were wondering when they moved from.
I got 1 year at Highbridge, which was 2018.
Yeah. I that's what I had thought too, because 2016 was Infra Swamp.
I still regret. My buddies wanted to take me, and I was like, no.
Infra Swamp?
Yeah, well, not knowing it was Infra Swamp at the time, but more so like I was a big Noisia fan at the time, and I'm pretty sure Noisia were performing at that event, and like that would have been enough of a reason for me to go, and I decided not to, and still like massive regret, but it is what it is.
What was that the year of Noisia, Jack? Nope. All right, he's probably making sounds.
Cool. I'm pretty sure that my buddies have talked about the fact that they played this one song called Sinkhole while the mud was sinking into the ground, and the only year that could have been was 2016, as far as I'm aware.
I believe that you are correct.
Sure.
I've heard legends of that happening, because Sinkhole had just come out then, too.
On Outer Edges, yep.
Yeah, so everybody was just like...
Yeah. Too. And that song is... Yeah, I like Noisia a lot, for sure. Yeah. Top 5 for me, for sure.
Definitely. Noisia is sick. So yeah, you've been at it for a long time. I like that the music writing process has been longer. But I mean, even playing violin, right? So you've been playing and performing music, even if it wasn't writing something from scratch. You were learning how to read sheet music, and that on its own, you're learning how to create things pretty young.
It's very different when you're performing stuff that other people wrote as opposed to like writing itself. I mean,
yeah,
I think flow and creativity is all kind of connected in its own way. It's just different skills that you have to learn to be able to get good at any one facet of it.
Totally.
But yeah, been doing music stuff since I was 5 years old.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then so we're at a point now where you've been producing for 6 years. You got tunes out on a bunch of record labels. Any in specific that are like some of your favorites?
For sure the one that immediately comes to mind is my collab EP with Seek that came out on Dread or Dead. Most of the collabs that I do, I tend to finish them, and like somebody will send me stems and then I'll do them, and then that's the song done. With Seek, it's like passing the projects back and forth over and over again, and just adding each of our little details throughout. That's the one EP where it truly feels like it's both of us very much like in all of those songs in a very intimate way. And I really, really like that. Not to discredit or discount any of the other stuff I've released.
Totally.
The Next Level EP that we were talking about earlier, that was the vinyl release that I've had. And yeah, I'm grateful for all of it for sure.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. And you just did a few shows with Seek, or was it just the one at the Black Box?
Just the one at the Black Box.
Yeah, that looked insane.
That was the first time I met him too.
Serious?
We talked on like Instagram and stuff.
Sure.
He's the one person I send my music to feedback from.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
So we talk a lot.
Just like a trusted individual where you're like, I not only like appreciate this person's input, but like I feel like they see what I'm trying to do.
Will tell me, hey, this is not good. And that's like the biggest thing that I look for. I mean, that's the thing that I appreciate the most about his feedback. Hey, this sucks. Change this. Okay, it's way better now.
Yeah. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and he'll do the same thing with me, which obviously is nice. But
yeah, super sick. And I'm also gonna pivot back again because my brain is a scatterbrain. When did you started DJing 14 years ago?
Yes.
Started producing 6 years ago. When did you first start playing shows?
My first show was in 2021. 2.5 years after I started producing.
Your first show was in 2021?
I was a DJ. Yep. I mean, I played house parties and stuff in college, but yeah, I'd never touched Pioneer equipment until 2021.
That actually is pretty mind blowing to me. I mean, you're doing, in my mind, you're doing super, super well.
Thanks, man.
I think a lot of people would agree with me on that. It sounded so Trumpy. I think a lot of people would agree with me on that.
You gotta put more of the nasal in there, I feel like.
I think you got I'm not gonna do it.
Funny story. So I got the request for that show right as like my life was kind of in flux at that point, and I was moving from New York to Chicago.
Okay.
And I got the request for the show, and it was technically for 2 days after my lease ended. And my landlord at the time was like, hey, I asked him, hey, can I stay here a little bit longer and play this one show? And they let me, and very grateful for that.
Seriously?
They just let me stay in the house for free for a couple days with all of my shit, stopping the person that was supposed to move in from moving into my place. Yeah, for sure. And they let me. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate you.
Big up. That's sick.
Yeah. So 2021 was my first Wolfed show.
That's awesome. That's crazy.
We'll also keep in mind, like, so I started in 2019. 2020 was COVID, so there was no way to play shows throughout then.
Right.
I was doing some Twitch streams and whatnot, but first live DJ show was 2021.
That's crazy. I think the thing that's crazy to me when hearing that is like, at least in the Minneapolis scene specifically, there were a lot of kids that had just like hardly played for very long that were just like ready to go play shows. It was a lot of like quick turnover.
Sure.
I think I had DJ'd for like maybe a year in my bedroom I had this EDJ app on my cell phone.
I know the type. Sure.
Yeah. Those apps are sick. And I did those in the car all the time.
Oh, sure.
While we were driving out of shows, you plug into the aux cable and you start DJing. People are like, whoa, what mix is this? It's like, it's me on my phone. Yeah, and everybody's
follow me on SoundCloud.
Yeah, exactly. But I think there was a lot of people that are just so eager to get out and play shows. My eagerness was just because I just wanted to play on loud sound systems. I mean, at the time when I started playing shows, I was still living at my parents' house. So like, I just wanted to not be in my bedroom at my parents' house, and I wanted to be playing on sound systems.
Yeah, for sure.
Outside of my room.
I wonder if that's part of the reason why I'm still like kind of uncomfortable when I DJ is because I just have not been doing it very long.
Dude, 2021 is crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's insane. I mean, you're like fresh in front of people.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
That is super cool. It's like a very I mean, it's a perspective you only get for so long. You know, you keep doing it, the perspective will go away. You don't get being fresh forever.
Yeah, for sure. I'm getting more comfortable. I definitely like some shows I'm more nervous. I feel like the more people that are out there, the more on point I'm forced to be, which makes sense.
Yeah.
The bigger crowds I've played in front of, like the Miramar in Milwaukee. I'm not sure if you've ever been or heard of it, but like
I have heard of it.
Pretty one of the shows I did was for like a sold out Subdoctor show, and I played in between his sets, and the room was like packed to the gills.
Yeah.
And admittedly, I was like a little too drunk. I really wish that I had like taken better care of myself that night, because I screwed up like I hit the hot cue to start my song instead of like starting right at the beginning, and I still regret that one moment, because from there it was fine, but like
you had that one little sobering moment.
You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
and just kind of figure it out from there. Lesson learned, for sure. But
I mean, it sounds like it probably wasn't that bad.
You know, realistically, it wasn't. We always hype shit up in our heads more than it actually was. But you can tell, like, you can probably see like my body tensing up as I'm talking about that story. Like, it still like bothers me a little bit, but it's cool. It's not bad to be a perfectionist with that stuff. I feel like I want to hold myself to as high of a standard as possible, because I know I can be really good. So I try and be really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is a good way to say that.
Trying to, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a sucker for sloppy. And I don't read into that. Don't read into that. God, those a chunk of words that shouldn't be said when talking about DJing.
There's a lot of connotations.
Yeah. But I mean, I love like hearing kind of gritty flanging. I love when like sometimes when things aren't. I mean, a perfect set is sick, but when I hear like little like ooh, it makes me like, I don't know, it gives me energy. I don't know why.
So another one in my top 5 is Tipper.
Yeah.
And I've seen Tipper crush so many fucking times.
Yeah.
And my favorite set of his was this past year at Snowda, where he fucked up. He actually like had a song come in 4 bars too late or something, and like it didn't matter. It honestly, like you say, it like made me more hyped. And everybody can make mistakes, and they can. Yeah, I agree. That grit can sound great sometimes, for sure.
It's just kind of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, and it definitely. I mean, fuck, man. I feel you when it's like the inside of your body starts to like light on fire when like something happens. You're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Now I'm sweaty everywhere. Like, yeah.
Why am I hyper aware of this itch on my shin?
Yeah. It's like. Fuck.
Yeah.
But that's cool, man. I was also I'm learning a lot right now. Sweet. I was also super unaware that 2021 was your first show.
Yeah.
Where was it? That was the
at the Dub Day headquarters in Holo in Queens.
Okay.
The system was a Danley system with no subs turned on.
Oh.
It's only tops.
That's a fucking bummer.
It was a bummer.
On a Danley system.
On a Danley, yeah. Like nice like square horns.
Oh yeah.
No sub.
I've heard from so many people that Danley systems are some of the nicest systems.
They are. Not that one.
Yeah.
It's cool. I also didn't say anything at the time, and I highly doubt that the dude that helped me get that booking, Kevin Crook, is even seeing this, but like, I was for sure aware that there were no subs happening, like playing.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I'm sure when the low end is not low ending.
Huh. Like, why is my body not shaking? This is.
Yeah. There was a show I played a little while ago with, I'm not gonna go too far into detail, just in case if this person is watching. I don't want them to feel like I'm talking shit, because I'm not talking shit.
Talking shit.
I'm only talking a little bit of shit. But they were like, this system can get 30 hertz, don't you worry. And I was like, I don't think it's gonna hit 30 hertz. And they're like, go ahead, I'll tune it up. And I'm like, I'm sure you could tune it, but now we have the room that we have to work with. We have the speakers, which I mean, they were good enough, and the show was awesome. It was, I mean, 30 hertz is
that's low.
Is, kind of a lot to ask for. So
I have a question for you. Probably shouldn't ask this in this context.
Oh, I'm so ready.
Have you played a song in C on the Voids at the Pyramid before?
Yeah.
Does it hit?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got a song coming out the weekend before Infra that's in C.
Yeah.
I'm still debating whether to put it in my set or not.
Oh, it's loud.
I assume, I guess just knowing who I am, I'm probably going to be at the Pyramid. I honestly don't know yet, but educated guess would say.
Yeah. If you are in the Pyramid, when you're hitting those low, like 28.
Oh boy.
And
really?
Yeah.
Was that? Oh,
the
sick.
I can't say, I shouldn't say, I could say, but I won't. But the Champion sound system's going to be insane. I don't know if you follow them on Instagram or Facebook.
They ran the Voids that I played on at Bass Ribbon Pines last year, like the old school like Voids.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fucking gorgeous. But yeah,
did you see that they got?
Yeah, dude.
More scoops.
Yes. Oh, is that all gonna? Oh.
I mean, I don't know what the setup's going to be. Mark, I saw that you were in the chat. So Champion Sound has been watching.
Very excited.
Yeah, if you don't know, at Infrasound at the Pyramid and or Treehouse, depending on the time of year, Equinox, Infrasound, the Void sound system there is run by a group called Champion Sound, which is local here to Minneapolis.
Legends.
And Mark Woodbury and Mikey, those two have been kind of the champions championing Champion Sound.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I like that.
You like
that was good.
Though?
Yeah, that was great.
I was like, if it could have came out really smooth, it would have been nice. It would have been like a Joe Nice moment, just like championing. Nope, still can't do it.
Nope.
Yep. But
cool. Good to know. So yeah, I was like not sure if I should try and put that song in my set. I might.
Yeah,
probably going to.
I would. I mean, there was the intro that I did for Coffee and Cigarettes at this last year, where the intro is just this ambient sound with like this fucking foghorn.
I remember.
It's just like, brr, brr. And just from I mean, what I'm really excited for you to experience is like standing inside that Pyramid when this shit's going on.
So I ran up there. My buddy Basura played there last year, and he played my Medicine Place collab, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna run up there and see what it's like. And it's wild.
Fucking intense.
Cool fucking perspective for sure.
And it's that fucking Pyramid. It's rickety. And it's been through a lot.
I am for sure a large person too. I tend to jump around when I play, so I probably shouldn't do that, should I?
You can. I mean, it's just another head collision waiting to happen. That's going to be your only issue. I mean, the other thing won't fall apart.
Well, I can just. I'll just drop it low. I don't have to.
You got to drop it low.
That's fine. I can drop it low.
Like, I mean, we've shoved Jack and I in there, and we were both.
Oh, I mean, I've seen all three Ternions play in there before, many a year ago.
Yeah, well, you can
last year.
You can fit some tall people in there moving around, and
cool.
And it won't. The only issue is headroom. It's a headroom issue.
That's good to. I appreciate knowing that for sure. I need that. I need that for sure. Yeah.
They have just like what I want to do here is they take pool noodles. They'll cut out chunks of the pool noodles and they put it around all the sharp edges.
That's such a good idea. Nice. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Cool.
I've watched many people not die because of those pool noodles. I'm like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, drunken artists trying to get out of there, just like, bonk. I'm like, oh, that could have been bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's so you're located now in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
You have played many shows in Chicago.
Yeah, like 2 a year since I moved there. So,
Okay.
and then once this year. So that would be 7 shows in Chicago, I think.
How long ago did you move there then? Quick math.
2021 in November. So about 3.5 years ago.
Okay, so essentially right before you moved to Chicago, you played your first show, and then after that, it was like, oh, I'm in Chicago now, so a lot of Chicago bookings.
A couple of shows in Chicago. Then the next year, like a little bit in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I won a competition, a DJ competition, and I got to play Sonic Bloom in 2023.
I remember that.
That was the big thing that really
Yeah.
kind of launched everything. And then I got to play in Nebraska and the Black Box. And
Yeah. I remember the Sonic Bloom one. I remember that being like, seeing you on the stage out there. I was like, oh, cool.
I worked so fucking hard on that mix, and I'm just glad that it went well and that everything's just really kind of been going from there.
Fuck yeah. That's super sick.
Yeah.
Oh man. And then what's the future looking like right now? I mean, I know you said the collabs are endless.
Yeah, it's a lot. Too much.
Too much.
I keep saying yes to collabs, and it's not. Recently I've been saying no to a lot of people, and it's funny because they'll see me like. So if you don't know, I was here this weekend writing tunes with my buddy Dave, Nautical Divine, and multiple people are like, "Oh, hey, me next." On like, I love you, and I hate saying no, especially like while I'm collabing with somebody else.
Yeah,
but it's a lot. And I keep saying yes, and I'm bad at saying no, and I need to be better about saying no.
Yeah.
But I've got 2 signed EPs, 1 collab EP that's going to be a self-release with my buddy Cheese, Chez.
Yeah.
1 collab EP with my buddy Gordo Dubz that we're still finding a label for, my homie.
I like that guy.
Jordan is wonderful people.
Dude,
is a good human.
He's very good people.
Very good human.
I got to meet him a little bit ago, or late last year, and I was like, this guy rocks.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome.
He is awesome.
I met him. We played a show in Milwaukee together. I was playing with Basura, and he was direct support for us. And he'd sent me stems like months before that, and I secretly was like, hey, I finished our collab, by the way. And that's the one that Andrew ended up playing at Ternion at Infrasound last year. And oh man, I will never forget that. I didn't even know he had it. He just Andrew downloaded it from SoundCloud and didn't tell me.
Oh, serious?
I was like shocked that it was like coming out the speakers when it was.
That's sick.
That's really cool. But so Gordo's the homie. We've got at least 4 tunes written, maybe 5 if I can talk him into liking the 5th one.
Sure.
We still got to talk about that. I will finish it, I promise. But yeah, so that we got to figure that out. And then I have I got to count. It's realistically like 70 unreleased songs or something crazy like that. It's a lot.
Fuck.
It's a lot. It's too much. So I'm going to find homes for some of them at some point, but also I'm just enjoying just writing music and I don't know. Don't want to put any specific like I have to release on this label or I have to get this song out. You don't want to hold yourself to some things if stuff changes, I mean,
when the tunes are flowing, they're flowing.
Yeah.
Like you definitely don't stop the flow if it's coming out, right?
And because it will not always be easy to write. And I'm trying to get as much written while I've got the inspiration right now for sure as possible.
Have you ever run into those times yet?
Yeah. Thankfully, it's never been longer than like a month.
Okay.
Some people will years and they just can't get anything written. Usually it's like I have to get either a new plugin or learn about a new production technique or something that can like spark my inspiration. And then usually it's like I'll hear a sound and that'll inspire an entire song. Like the one with Dave that we were talking about. We were fucking around in his modular gear and like this little like droplet thing. I was like, oh, that's literally a whole song right there. Like we should stop. Let's put this into Ableton, and then now we have a new song to play out. So
fuck yeah. Hell yeah. What do you do to get yourself out of that like I can't write anything moment?
Oh,
do you have like a method to the madness? Is there anything that you do that like maybe other people would be able to be like, I haven't tried that? Or
truth be told, no, but the best way I can, if I'm having a shitty mental health moment, week, month, I find that a combination of journaling and meditation will help get me out of my head. Literally today, I was kind of like in my head about some of the stuff we were talking about earlier, and just like some of the shit that I've got going on in my personal life that's difficult. And I took 30 minutes to just journal, and I did a meditate. Did I meditate? I forgot to meditate. That's so funny. The journaling was meditation.
Yeah, it definitely can be. Honestly, it really can. Yeah.
So that's what I'll do if I like am stuck in a thought loop or something like that. Like journaling around anything, maybe focusing on the things that I'm grateful for, the things that like I am lucky enough to have in my life, like anything that I can do to highlight the positive energy. Because I know you can relate to being depressed and having bad thoughts and negative perspectives, and that's my default setting. And I'm trying. I've been a lot better over the past 3 years about getting out of my head.
That's awesome.
Journaling and meditation is the short answer to the short version of what I just said, though.
That's good.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I actually haven't like had any serious like big like stops. I don't know why. Once like things started happening for me in any of my art careers, which like things really started rolling like hard and fast around like 2012, I haven't really had any serious stops.
That's good.
It's just, which has been very lucky. But before that, and I've been doing art almost like literally my entire life, but like almost since before I can even remember. And I was pursuing it as a career since I started knowing what the word career was.
Sure.
And I had hard times all the time as a kid and as a teenager especially, because life was hard and it just made everything hard to be able to process and push things out. And journaling was something that I wish I would have been doing then. At any time I had a like, man, I can't fucking get my head right, I would just do hard drugs.
Dude, yeah, it's like, an easy trap to fall into, man. I will say that I never one of the ways I learned how to flow was through the journaling technique in the book called The Artist's Way, which is like 10 minutes of just writing whatever's in your head as opposed to being intentional with it. Like literally I would sit there and write, I have to take a shit. If I had to poop that morning. And it was only, I want to say like 3 or 4 months ago that my buddy Powell was like, hey, I journal. It helps. You should try it. And it's been specifically over these past couple months very transformative in terms of how I can get out of my head and get shit out of my head.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Meditating though, I've been doing consistently for about 5 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
So pretty much beginning of your DJ career, all of a sudden meditation became a thing.
Well, COVID, man, like we all needed ways to
5 years
deal with shit. That was why I started meditating, because I was like having a hard time during COVID. And I'm grateful that I am consistent with it. I mean, like I say, I'm consistent with it. I think that I took 3 weeks off in March, so shit happens. But
3 weeks is very little time.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that sometimes. But
yeah. 3 weeks can feel very long too. Yeah,
for sure. Even a day can feel long sometimes. But
depending on the day, it could stretch.
But I try and be as consistent as I can with meditation, because my mental health is shit sometimes, and I need to take care of myself.
Yeah,
I only got one life, so.
I hope so. So another question I had on the back of my mind. I mean, in your production and when talking about music and stuff, I first got to know about you and your music project through dubstep. But then quickly realized that you were really into like liquid drum and bass.
Yes, sir.
And because the first time I ever saw you play was, at the Legion, or whatever for the Ternion show.
Yep.
Why can't I think of?
Was that the Poorhouse? Is that what that place is
No,
called?
It was. You were at the VFW in Uptown.
Okay. Yeah, it was Jen Symmetry.
Yep.
Aleph, Nikki Nair, and Anna Morgan on that lineup.
Yep.
With those guys.
Yep. Multiplicity.
You would know. I don't remember.
That's
sure.
I'm shooting in the dark, and I think
there was a void sound system in the room. That much I remember.
That was also the Champion sound system.
Sure, makes sense.
Those are the guys.
Did I play drum and bass that night?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I believe it was because that's, like I said, that's how I first knew of you, was just walking in that room, and then you had played your flip of the
Bitch, don't
Kendrick
kill my
tune.
vibe. Yeah, I forgot to play that today. I was going to, and then like I was like, oh, this other song would work here. So
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
stopped.
I mean, I remember walking in and you were playing that, and I was just like, dang, this is hard. And then you came down and you're like, yeah, I made that too. And it's like, whoa. I was like, that's sick. It was dope.
I think it's definitely still my most played song on SoundCloud, which makes sense. I mean, I think with Kendrick Lamar's name on it is gonna naturally get more listens.
Yeah, there's a lot of people's that have tunes with Kendrick Lamar though. So to have a tune that has Kendrick Lamar and getting a lot of listens, I mean, it's because it's good. It's a good tune.
I appreciate it. Thank you. The other Kendrick bootleg that I really like is by my friend IDHS.
Yeah.
He made a bootleg of All Right.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's fucking slaps. And he's also got one of Money Trees, and he won't finish it. And I have to get back to bullying him about that.
I'm going to have to listen to the All Right tune because...
What was the other thing I needed to send you? It was something else we talked about real quick. Deform.
Yeah.
His music's so fucking good.
Yeah, we were talking in the chat a bit.
Cool.
He seems like a badass dude.
Jake is an excellent human.
I've only heard good things about him, and I know he crushed at Infra. Like, he did really well there.
We got him booked for Desert Reverie, which is this festival that my buddy is throwing in Moab, Utah, the weekend of May 10th, 11th, and 12th, I think. But Deform Jake is going to come out and play for us.
Fucking dope, dude. Utah's the best.
Yep. And my buddy Zach, the guy that got me into DJing, actually, the guy that had that tractor that was showing me stuff, lives out there, and he's throwing everything and throwing the festival, organize everything, and he asked me to organize all the electronic stuff. So I booked it all out, and I'm going to be stage managing across the 3 days. So that'll be fun.
Dope. So it's like a multi-genre festival. Like
mostly, I think that they technically would consider themselves more of a jam band fest than an electronic one. I believe that in the evenings, like my set will be at 12:30. I'll be the first electronic person playing one of the nights.
When the lights go low, the electronic music comes
dubstep
out.
time. Yeah.
All right. Sick.
Yeah.
That'll be dope.
Yeah, I'm excited. Mother's Day weekend. So if you don't like your mothers, it's a good weekend to come party. I'm kidding.
And even if you like your mom,
you
probably
can still go.
You can go.
Send her some flowers.
Yeah, chocolates, flowers.
It's fine.
Then there's some beer, some wine.
And yet Moab, Utah, like, so the festival, we got there last year. Like, we're doing another tangent. We got there last year.
I love the tangents.
At 10 p.m. So like completely dark. Set up our tents in the dark, whatever. I will never forget getting out of my tent. Literally the entire campground is surrounded by hundreds of feet of red rock.
Fuck yeah.
It was one of the coolest fucking experiences to like get out of my tent and that be the first thing that I see just surround. It was, unbelievable.
I mean, Utah has a bad rap, Mormons. But there are so many cool things about Utah.
There's a lot of good reasons to go to Utah for sure. The Mormons are a good reason to stay away for sure.
Yeah. But the first time the only time I've ever been in, I guess I flew in there once, but I just was in the airport. Only time I ever drove through Utah, I was driving down with one of my best friends, Dan, who lives in San Diego. And we were moving him from here to San Diego. And I was like, dude, I'll run the ride with you. And so we 30 hours straight from Minneapolis to San Diego.
My God.
Fucking we stopped at a gas station once and tried to fall asleep in the parking lot, but we were like, this isn't happening.
Yeah.
Let's just get fucking super zooted on caffeine. And then we'll make it the rest of the way. It was really caffeine.
I know. I'm just.
It was caffeine, guys.
Yeah,
it was caffeine. Okay. No, but yeah, I don't know. I think it was, I don't remember what the time was, but it was maybe 2 a.m. or something. And all of a sudden we hit Utah and I didn't know we were in Utah. And all of a sudden, weaving through all the Red Rock Canyons and stuff.
It is one of the most beautiful states in the country. It's gorgeous out there. It's amazing.
And then we watched the sunrise over this giant Utah desert, Red Rock, weird alien plain field feel. I was just like, this doesn't look like Earth. And I was like, where the fuck are we, Dan? He woke up and he's like, we're in Utah. And I was like, we need gas, and that gas station looks like we'll never come out of here alive. We filled up gas and dipped fast.
I understand.
Yeah, it was like nothing else around for fucking miles. And we also hit a tumbleweed, like a real tumbleweed.
I don't think I've ever seen a tumbleweed in person before.
It is dense. It is not, like, I feel like in my mind.
Like, so if you kick it, is it gonna hurt?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So when I've seen a tumbleweed in cartoons, I feel like the implication is that it's so light that it's like bouncing up and down.
Correct.
And like, really?
I also thought that.
Interesting.
And so did my buddy when he hit it with his car.
Oh, no.
And the tumbleweeds are fucking big, too. Like, I don't know how much you guys can see, but they're fucking like, so what a tumbleweed is it's just a bunch of like sticks that are dried out enough, like dry sticks, and then it just picks up other sticks. And it's like that game where you roll shit around and pick up bigger and bigger shit.
Yeah, for sure.
And it just ends up being this big fucking light. It's light enough to get blown around by the wind,
but dense as fuck.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of trees.
Interesting.
Little trees in there.
Wow.
And then when you hit it with your car, it's just like
you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, sticks sure. Just all of a sudden it's just scraping, and we're like, oh, like it was crazy. Yeah, I would not kick a tumbleweed.
Good to know.
We pulled over and had to pull it all out of the front of his car.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was really weird.
Okay, hopefully no structural damage or anything.
I don't think he cared much for that car.
Okay.
We trashed it pretty hard.
Sure. But
it was a fun ride down there. But yeah, Utah's really pretty.
Yep, I'm very excited to get back out. That's the weekend before Infrasound, so yeah. I'm for sure at Infra going to be tired,
exhausted.
It's a good time for me to be unemployed so that I can like have the rest in between.
Kidding.
Yeah,
for real. I mean, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Who knows? These next few shows could be some of those shows that really like continue that like upward rise that I feel like you're on the roller coaster right now.
Yeah. No, thanks. I can like, it's still like weird because a lot of people are very complimentary of like how well I'm doing and all these things. And to me, it just feels like, oh, I'm not doing enough. Like, what else can I be doing? Yeah. Which I think is good because that means I've got the drive and I want to be better. And that's not a bad thing.
No, yeah.
And I appreciate it. It's also, I tend to don't take compliments very well in general. So that's also part of why I'm explaining why I'm saying anything. So thank you, I guess is the short answer.
No, it's all good. I feel that. I love hearing people go, that was a great set. And then I just look at them and I'm like, I hate myself. And they're like, what? I'm like, bye.
Yeah. Everybody like, it was a great set. Yeah, that's that one transition that I fucked up and just hyperfixating on like the 5 seconds that nobody but you noticed. But
yeah. You just gotta have buddies around to tell you to shut the fuck up.
I got plenty of those.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's the best.
I'm grateful for my friends.
Yeah, it's any of the times that I've really dogged hard on myself. Even Jack, who usually gives it to me pretty raw, there's been times where he's like, dude, just shut the fuck up right now. Just like chill for a minute. And I was like, okay, cool. He's like, it was good. Like everybody enjoyed it. And I was like, okay, man.
Yeah.
So then after, the sting wears off of knowing that you fucked up, he comes around with the lashings. That transition. Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
But it's good to have those people.
100%. I've got plenty of those. I'm very grateful for my support system for sure.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm excited to see what this summer brings for you. It's going to be a good one.
Thanks. Yeah, I think so too. If I ignore the negative thoughts, I agree. It's going to be awesome.
Ignore the
negative thoughts
for a moment. For a
little bit.
Except for when it's going to get real negative when
as a treat.
I waste you in Catan.
So you think?
Yeah. So I'm gonna kick off. I think we just got this one question from our boy Tim Garvey, and he comes with this question every single time, and it's a really good one. Honestly, it should just be like the regular question, because I love it. What was your first concert? Oh yeah.
No, I don't like answering this question. So
it's the best question.
If if I'm going with concert, it was for sure some form of opera that my mom dragged me to when I was like 2 or 3. But that's not the answer that you want. The real answer is when I was 18. It was pretty late.
Here we go.
I went to see Lupe Fiasco perform at Governor's Island, who was doing direct support for this DJ called Bass Nectar. 2011. Yeah. Lupe Fiasco was the reason that I went, though.
Yeah, Lupe Fiasco is sick. I was about to say, right when you said Lupe, I was like, why is that a bad?
Because of the next part of what I was, for sure. That was right when Lasers dropped.
Okay.
And I really liked. I know that album isn't aged as well as like some of this other stuff, but I loved Lupe at the time for sure.
Lupe Fiasco is so sick.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, one of the best ever.
Dude, I heard this liquid bootleg Kick Push.
Of Kick Push?
And I have not been able to find it since, and it's
seriously?
infuriating. Yeah. I've looked on SoundCloud. I found like a bunch of shitty ones that I don't like, and not. I know who played it too, like Phantom 45, a DJ out of Chicago, part of the Bass by the Pound crew. He played it, and I have never met him, and I have to ask him what it is. But
I was about to say, have you asked him?
No, that's probably a good way to find out.
You have to ask him.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's like the best way to find out.
The only way at this point.
The only way.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Is that so I have recently, over the last few years, like maybe when I say few, I mean like the last 3 years, I've just started recently, like really just reaching out and just be like, hey, I want to know what this is. But for years, I didn't do that. Like so many, specifically because I was like, well, maybe that's just their tune, and I'm not gonna like try to like go out and rinse the tunes that they play, even if it's not like their actual physical.
Sure.
I made this. I'm like, that's their vibe. I need to find my vibe. But like recently, I'm just like, dude, I just need to know what that is. Like, I might not even play it out. I just wanna know. Like,
what immediately comes to mind, I've been a pretty unapologetic fan of music for a long time, and when I was at Electric Forest this one time, we were seeing this artist called Nasty Nasty. I think he still DJs and stuff. He was definitely bigger a couple of years ago, but he played this one Danny Brown bootleg where the drop goes blunt after blunt after blunt after blunt, and I smoke. And I remember I was like rolling a blunt at the time, and it was... I don't think that I've ever rolled a worse blunt like in my entire life.
That was happening.
Well, partially because like it was a good song.
It's a good song. You're just going in.
I was just like, oh, this is so sick. And my one buddy, I will never forget that. It was a great moment. But I then messaged him after Forest, like, what the fuck was that song? And he sent me like the bootleg immediately.
Did he?
Yeah.
Nasty Nasty?
Mm-hmm. Nasty Nasty. Yeah, good dude.
That's dope. Who was the bootleg?
I don't remember.
Because I remember the first time I had heard a bootleg of Blunt After Blunt, and it was Infrasound Equinox at NCN, and Biome was playing right before Mala had played.
Oh my god.
And it was the first time Mala had played Infrasound, and it was raining, and we're standing at the main stage, and Biome's sitting there, and I'm like fucking in it, and it's just like blood after blood after blood.
It might be the same bootleg.
It's like heavy.
Very blood after blood. Yeah, I definitely remember what it sounds like, but I don't remember who made the bootleg.
It could be
very possibly the same song.
It could be Biome, because Biome had a tune.
No, it wasn't by Biome. I'm gonna talk to my buddy later, and I'm gonna So that's the 3 things that I have to remember to do.
Oh, what's the other 2?
I don't remember.
Oh, perfect.
I'll just watch the interview back later. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, totally.
Fuck.
That's awesome. The tangents are good.
Yeah.
That was good, man.
Make for good conversation.
Yeah, they do. I mean, a buddy of mine, we call it son of a bitch, my brain.
That's relatable.
Yeah, we're always talking about how we'll go from one thing to the next thing, and it's like some form of scatterbrain, essentially. And we just always call each other out on it every time that we got another one coming up, and we're just like, oh,
sure,
here we go. And it's like, we're never gonna get off the phone.
Yeah,
it's just like one to the next to the next. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes it's bad because we fucking get nowhere. But dog, this whole thing was sick.
I'm very grateful that you had me, man. I'm just grateful for any chance to hang out with legends like yourself. And
oh man, I'm just a guy in a basement.
The creative energy in Minneapolis in general is definitely very infectious for sure. I know I spent like the last 3 days locked in fucking Dave's studio, but I feel like I'm gonna go back home and get right back to writing music for sure.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we have some moments like next year and stuff too, where we can get you back up here to, and season 2 of BASSment Jams. I have some plans.
Sick.
Gonna be some cool plans.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that. But I love the idea of being able to have. So I would like to almost not play at all for BASSment Jams and just kind of be a host. And I still want to do the warm-up sets.
Sure.
But all of the warm-up sets would be from people that do that have done previous episodes from season 1.
Oh, cool.
So,
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that way I can still bring in artists, either local or anybody who's in town that has played season 1, to come and have an opportunity to just like get to jam, maybe extend it to an hour instead of like a half-hour warm-up.
Yeah.
And then the headliner set would be the one that gets like the interview and everything, that
Sure.
so we can still learn about new artists.
Makes sense. I mean, honestly, any excuse to come back to Minneapolis so I can just get back to writing tunes with the homies for sure.
Fuck yeah. There's a lot of homies out here. It is a plethora of good musicians out here.
Yeah, and there's also just like a really good culture for art in this city. When we were here for Snowda, we went and saw, I don't remember, I was talking about this with somebody a couple days ago, and I don't remember what it's called, but there was like this building where they turned trash into art, and like building it was, you laugh, it was so cool.
Oh no, I believe it's cool. I'm just, in my mind, I'm like, that's a lot of places in Minneapolis.
That's a fourth thing I gotta remember.
Trash into art.
It was really cool. I really wish that I could shout them out right now, but it was sick. Yeah,
Was that like what the whole building did, or just a room in the building?
Whole building. They had like sculptures on the outside, like cars were like decorated outside. They were like they turned older machines into like pieces of art. It's like interactive. You could touch everything and like fuck with it. And
is it like a house or a building?
Oh, fuck! It's like House of Yes. Is that a thing?
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe that's it. I don't remember.
Yeah, that
Maybe.
The House of Yes.
God.
What is who are the people that do all the Mayday stuff? You know what I'm talking? They have a house where they turn they turn things into like these crazy, like, it's essentially, it looks like Burning Man stuff. Like,
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do know what it is. A house. It's like an actual, like,
yeah.
So it's this guy. There's the Mayday parade. So at the 1st of May every year, I think it's on the 1st, right? Something like that. Yep. Sounds really pumped about that.
Yes, he does.
They make all these like crazy cars, and they have like a moving half pipe.
That's exactly where I went.
Yeah. It is a really cool spot. It's like it's a crust punk house.
Yeah, I wish I remembered what this specific one was called, but we went there for Snow. We went to the art museum too and checked that out. The modern art, I think.
Oh yeah, you went to the Walker.
Yes.
The one that looks like a giant robot head.
Yeah, and there's my buddy was telling me that I was wrong for not ever knowing the cherry on the spoon.
Well, you're not wrong for not knowing it, but it is pretty iconic.
That's what I'd never heard of it before a couple months ago.
I mean, it's like it's like instead of the Big Apple, it's kind of like the Little Apple.
Little cherry.
Yeah, exactly. The cherry, Big Apple. Yeah, oh yeah, the cherry on the spoon. You know, like.
My buddy was very surprised that I'd never heard of it before, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, now at the Sculpture Garden, that's like that whole area outside the Walker Art Center. They now have a big blue cock there too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sick.
Huge.
That's awesome.
It's fucking dope.
That's good for her.
What was that? A knee slapper? You like? Oh, I did. It's a big blue cock.
Well, I'm assuming it's a rooster of some sort.
Yeah,
but
he knew. I mean, he's like, it's out. I guess maybe everybody that's watching doesn't know. If you're not from Minnesota, we have a thriving gay community here, and they love giant blue cocks out in sculpture gardens. That's not why, but it is funny. And I do believe it is actually called
the Big Blue Cock.
The Big Blue Cock. I believe it's very intentional.
Wholesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Sure.
We do have the gay thriving community thing was jokey, but it's not. Also, we do have a very gay thriving community.
I'd love to hear that. That's awesome.
Minnesota kills it. I think we're the number 2 in the country of biggest pride festivals.
Would New York probably be number 1 therefore?
San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes. Yeah. My best friend's dad was gay. Like I was definitely like very kind of brought up in that culture when I was growing up, for sure. New York's obviously, there's just a massive gay community out there.
Definitely. I believe it's, I mean, I could be wrong. But I'm almost positive it goes San Francisco, then Minnesota, and then like New York or somewhere else. But then I think,
oh, that's my alarm telling me to pick up the grape.
Pick up the what?
Grape that fell under the...
Oh my God.
I told you I set an alarm.
That is amazing. Yeah. So, just so everybody's on the same page, his phone alarm went off, and it's because while he was jamming, he was snacking on grapes and I dropped one. But it's okay. I got it.
It's okay. I was rubbing the grease from the meats on my sweatpants, just so you guys know. Okay, I was not touching the decks.
Oh my God.
You're the one that handed me a bunch of smoked meats, man. I was like, oh, yeah, speaking of which, these things, I swear to God, I don't know. It probably is mozzarella, but this shit is it's crack.
Oh, really good. Well, on the note, we should probably get to Catan and eat some more smoked meats. Wolf, dude, man, you're the best.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Do you have one more song that you would like to just... I would love one last tune to play us out.
Yeah.
Just like,
oh, you know what? So I played one of the EPs that I'm working on is a liquid drum and bass EP.
Yes.
And I played 3 of the 4 songs on there, but not the 4th one. So why don't I play that?
I would love that.
Not touch my decks with my fucking greasy fingers.
That concludes our show for the day. Thank you so much for everybody who's watching. Upcoming, you can see Wolf here in Minneapolis, Harmony Park, playing Infrasound Music Festival. It's going to be super sick. Make sure to tune in to all the next seasons of BASSment Jams. All of your support has helped so much. We will have this full set and interview on our SoundCloud and on our YouTube.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So, yeah. And you will also get a copy of that. Yep. It's as easy as a flash drive in a flash drive hole.
That was a graphic fucking image I just got. And if you enjoy being on Twitch on Wednesdays, I stream pretty consistently on Wednesday afternoons.
Yes.
I believe that this Wednesday I'm playing at 6 p.m. Central, but usually it's like right around there.
Beautiful. Yeah. And hopefully one day soon, a cat cam.
Hopefully sooner rather than later, for sure.
Please.
Yes. Yes.
I'll donate to the cause.
Please don't.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
All right. Play us out of tune. We'll see you guys next time.
Come on, keep on.